Here's the situation. Your Mac's acting up, apps randomly crash, the system keeps freezing. Maybe you can't even boot into macOS anymore. You need to use recovery mode, but the cryptic key combinations and confusing options make it harder than it should be. Here's what you need to know. macOS Recovery is your built-in troubleshooting toolkit, like a mechanic living inside your Mac in case you need them. From here, you can reinstall the operating system, restore the system from backups, repair disk errors, and even reset passwords, all without losing your data. But there's a catch. Accessing recovery mode works differently on different systems, depending on whether you have an Intel Mac or Apple Silicon. The new liquid glass design language in the latest update of macOS Tahoe has made the recovery interface cleaner, but the process remains the same. Before even thinking about going into recovery mode, you have to protect your data. Time Machine is the built-in data backup tool, and it works. Unfortunately, it backs up everything, which takes forever. Get Backup Pro from SetApp lets you choose specific files and folders and turn them into bootable backups. This means you can choose what gets backed up and boot your backup data even if the system recovery fails. Next, you're going to need to clean your system to avoid transferring corrupted files and malware to your reinstallation. Clean My Mac removes this digital debris before you start. Run the SmartCare scan, then check protection for malware and cleanup for system junk. Removing these files prevents old problems from returning after recovery. Now that your Mac is prepared, we can move to the recovery process. For Intel Macs, timing matters. Restart your Mac and immediately press and hold your key combination until you see the Apple logo. Don't wait for the startup chime. The keys you hold will be determined by the option you want to access. For example, Command+R reinstalls your current macOS version. This is perfect for fixing corrupted system files without upgrading. Option plus Command+R upgrades to the newest compatible macOS. You'll need internet access for this one. Option plus Shift plus Command+R reinstalls the original macOS that came with your Mac. This is useful when newer versions cause problems. Once you're in recovery mode, you'll see the macOS Utilities window. From here, you can restore from Time Machine, reinstall macOS, or use Disk Utility to repair drives. Apple Silicon Macs simplified the recovery process. First, shut down completely. Press and hold the power button. Keep holding until you see Loading Startup Options. That's all you have to do to enter recovery mode. From there, select Options, then Continue. Enter your admin password when prompted. You're now in recovery mode with the same utilities as Intel Macs, just with more streamlining and more options. For example, Apple Silicon Recovery Mode offers additional security options through the Startup Security utility, such as controlling boot security levels. Recovery mode not working? Check your internet connection first. Recovery mode downloads installation files from Apple's servers. Without a stable internet connection, you won't be able to recover newer installation options. For persistent issues, you can try resetting NVRAM on Intel Macs. Shut down, then press Option plus Command plus P plus R during setup. Hold for 20 seconds. This clears corrupted startup settings. If recovery still fails, create a bootable installer on another Mac. Download macOS from the App Store, then use Terminal to create the installer on a USB drive. Lost files during a failed reinstall? Don't panic. Disk Utility in recovery mode can repair drive errors that make files inaccessible. Select your drive, click First Aid, and let it scan for issues. For serious data loss, iBoysoft Data Recovery is a useful app that works directly from recovery mode. It can recover files from corrupted drives, failed installations, and even encrypted APFS volumes. It supports all Mac models from Intel processors with T2 chips to the latest M4 models. Recovery mode might be more streamlined these days, but it's still stressful to use. With smart maintenance along the way, you can avoid recovery mode altogether. Clean My Mac can be used to schedule cleanups to remove system junk before it causes problems. Get Backup Pro can create automatic backups to make sure you always have recent copies of important files. Another important step is to check your processor's compatibility before major OS updates. For example, macOS Tahoe requires Apple Silicon or a recent Intel Mac, usually post-2020. Forcing incompatible updates all but guarantees a trip to recovery mode in your future. Recovery mode saves Macs, but the right preparation saves Mac owners time and stress. The right combination of apps can help you stay ahead of any issues. Back up your data regularly with Get Backup Pro. Clean your system with Clean My Mac. Keep iVoiceOff Data Recovery ready for emergencies. These tools, all available through SetApp, transform recovery from a last-ditch effort to a minor inconvenience, covering everything you need for Mac maintenance and recovery in one subscription. What recovery challenges have you faced? Share your questions and experiences below. If you're still having issues, drop a comment, and we'll try to figure this out together.